in theory, you can take your social skills from absolute beginner level to top 1% within 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a month. And the way that you could do this in theory is by using momentum. What I realized very recently was that probably the most powerful technique in improving your social skills is the utilization of momentum. Check out my course, link in the description if you want to really learn more about this in depth. But basically, what momentum is it's when you build up experience on a kind of continuous, when you build up kind of like a streak, like in a video game, right? To put it in simpler words, right? It's like building up a streak in a video game. It's when you do something every single day, and the more you do it, it like stacks up, and you get better and better at it. How it translates into social skills is like if you approached 5 people today, and then tomorrow you approached 5 more, but now it's gotten way easier. So the next day you approach like 10, and then the next day you approach like 20, and now you're approaching like 30 people without even thinking about it. And after like a week, you approach like 300 people, and now it's like you're at this point where you can just easily speak to anyone. Now, this is like the perfect situation. That's why I say in theory, you can improve in maybe 3 to 4 weeks, right? Get to like a master level in 3 to 4 weeks. Because in order to do that, you would really have to make like a perfect run, like speed running a video game. You would really have to have like a perfect run where you're like the first day you approach like 10 people, and the next like 15, and then the third day it's like you go to a party, you speak to everyone, and then the fourth day it's like you get a girlfriend, and it would have to be so meticulously planned and perfect. That's why I said it's in theory, but it is possible. Now that's already like taking it to the upper echelons, right? The higher level. But the way that us mortals, right, the way that a regular person could do it is by just doing it in smaller increments, right? Kind of like building up momentum, in a video game. Like if you ever played, for example, what's a good game? There's like this game called Hungry Shark. It's like a mobile game, Hungry Shark World, right? And the whole point of it is you're a shark and you eat fish. Now, the more fish you eat, the higher multiplier you get. And the more fish you eat continuously, you are maintaining that multiplier. So now, when you eat a fish, usually it gives you like 20 points. When you get like a tiny 100 multiplier, it gives you like 2,000, right? You want to try to do that just in real life. And the way that you would do it is you would use what I kind of call, as of recently started calling, kind of like these high experience or like experience festival, situations and days, right? Again, same as you would have in like a video game where it's like an XP fest, and you have like a specific hour where the XP is doubled. You have some days in your life where you can just gather a bunch of experience very easily. Usually it's through events, weddings, parties, social events, some sort of like Comic Con or any event like that, birthday parties. These are like the kind of like the XP hives for social skills, because it's you in a room with like probably 100 to 500 random people, and it's this whole kind of environment where it's not really weird to go and speak to people as well. If it's like a party, you're probably gonna be drunk, so that's like even makes it even easier, right? So what you do is you take these events and you start off really strong. You like speak to, for example, 10 people in that one event, and you will notice that the next day the momentum carries. You will feel like you want to go and you want to speak to more people. You want to go out again. You want to be social again. Now, in most cases, this is what happens to me in most cases is you don't really have the time or the resources or the ability to go somewhere else, right? Like you went to the wedding, let's say, you spoke to a bunch of people, spoke to a bunch of girls, and now it's the next day, you're super hyped up, you get really good momentum, you want to keep going, but usually there's no parties, maybe you're out of cash. or there's just no one who you can invite. Like no one wants to go on like a fucking Monday night to go to the bar. And if you go to the bar, it's like empty, right? This is what I had a few days ago, which is when I made the realization for this video. Is I was at this wedding, right? And at the wedding, I ended up speaking to like a ton of girls. I ended up speaking to a ton of people, being super social because I remembered, as I was sitting there, it was the beginning of the wedding. I was thinking like, okay, this is kind of like an XP festival, right? In like video games, like I could just get as much experience here really quickly, and it's super easy. It's like double XP, right? So I decided to take full advantage of it, and then I just started speaking to as many people as I possibly could. And I remember specifically the next day when I came home from the wedding, I was like urging to go to like another party, to go to another social event, to speak to more people, to speak to more girls, right? Which usually I'm not the kind of guy who's really, over here like, yeah, let's go, urging to go to parties and stuff like that. But I remember the next day I was super like motivated to go and speak to more people and be more social. And of course I couldn't do it because there were no parties. It was a Monday. Nothing was really happening. There wasn't really any place that I could go. So I ended up not going. And now that it's been like weeks since then, I've kind of lost the momentum. Like I can fully feel that the momentum is lost. But that first day, possibly even the second, but the first day was like the strongest. If you can just utilize that, right? Like for example, the perfect thing would be next day I had another wedding, and there now I had with the experience, the momentum from the last wedding. Now I went to this one, and now I spoke to twice as many people, and I could approach twice as many girls. And then the next day there was a social event, and then there was a party, and then I was going to this big city. And if you could, hypothetically chain up like 30 days like that, where every single day are more and more social, in theory, after like 30 days, you would have master level social skills simply due to the nature of momentum and experience that you've been gathering. So that's just really quickly something I wanted to talk about. I guess your action step for this video would be to kind of just try to maintain the momentum. If you have like a high XP day, start on that day, be super social there, like if you have like a party, and then try to carry the momentum for as many days as you can afterwards. Or just start off by approaching like 3 people today, and then tomorrow approach like 3 more, and then the day after that you'll notice it's like way easier, so approach like 5, and then 10, and then try to just, chain up as many days as you possibly can. If you want to learn way more about this, if you want to really truly learn the best information that I have gathered over the last 3.5 years that I have been studying this topic, that I have been meticulously learning and strategizing on improving my communication skills, you can check out my course by clicking on the first link in the description. Just to give you a perspective, these videos, making them usually takes me around 10 to 15 minutes, right? Think of a video, script, record, boom. The modules in the course each took me hours to make. That is how much meticulous like planning and scripting and recording goes into them. It's truly the best information that I can offer you. So check it out, link in the description. If you found this video helpful, click on the subscribe button, click and watch this video, and do the work.